Welcome back to Flow Made Simple. Today I'm teaching the 3 most common ghost flips I use in flows by breaking down the individual movements and then applying them in simple drills that you can practice right now. You're gonna have a ton of fun, so grab your mace and we'll get flowing. First, we have to learn how to ghost flip the mace. Now the ghost flip is called this because of course we are flipping the mace over. And then of course the ghost comes in because we are passing the mace between the forearm and the upper arm as it flips. Now this leads us to the essential key to the ghost flip. You have to be gripping the mace in such a way that it can pass easily between the upper arm and the forearm. So if I have a very open angle, I could grip lower down on the mace. And if I have a very closed joint, then I'm going to need to choke up on the mace so that it has this room to pass in between the arms. Now to learn the ghost flip, first thing you gotta do is we're going to actually hold the mace head. And this is so that we can get the idea down of simply holding the mace head in one place and then moving the arm around it. And so it doesn't have to be this really flawless, beautiful thing. What we're looking to do is simply get the understanding of how to actually get the mace to pass between the forearm and the upper arm and back around. And you'll notice that the hand gripping the mace is pinching especially hard between thumb and forefinger. And that is to allow this to be as smooth as possible. Now, additionally, I'm pinching between thumb and forefinger, and as the mace passes in between, I'm really opening up and using my shoulder joint to allow this movement to happen. I don't want to be twisting my wrist too much. I want to keep my wrist as straight as possible while I perform the ghost flip, and I want to let my my shoulder have most of that movement. And you'll see I said elbow a second ago because the elbow lifts up as I pull through. And so this is the general idea. If you haven't yet, definitely try this out, just holding the mace head in one place, keeping it still, and then just moving the tail around it in between the forearm and the upper arm. And you can, of course, practice this on both sides. And you also, as you may have figured out, you can go both directions on this. It doesn't have to be only in one direction. So this is how you do the basic ghost flip. That's a very foundational idea you have to understand first, is that the mace head is going to be relatively still and the arm is moving around it as the mace head passes between the forearm and the upper arm. So now that you know that, we're going to do a simple drill so you can actually apply it. The drill, I'll show you first and then we'll practice it, looks like this. I'm just going to do an outside circle. So I'm gonna push the mace away, I'm gonna let it come up, and as it swings, I want to let it pass through and I'll pull it back out to the side. So it's a little tricky, but I believe in you. You can push it out, ghost flip, and pull it out to the side, like so. So let's try a few repetitions together. You can come into warrior stance, both hands bottom of the mace, right hand comes up to above the knurling. I wanna make sure that when in doubt, I have a very small amount of space between the head of the mace and my hand so that it always can pass between my arm and forearm. So I'll bring it out to the side. Next, I'm gonna tuck the tail behind, head points straight out to the side, swing across. And you can literally just let it swing like this a few times. And then next, I'm going to pull the mace head in. You can even hold it if you'd like to, and let it spin through and return it back out to the side. So it's what we just did. I'm gonna, again, tuck tail behind, head points out, let the mace come through. You can even grip it and pull it out to the side. And the key with this, as you go through, tail behind, head straight out, pull in, is that I just want to have that head of the mace come in between the forearm and the upper arm, and then pull the mace back out to the side. So I want to be in control of the mace and letting this swing happen as I complete the swing across the body. So I want to complete that swing across the body, let the mace tip over, and then let it fall through and pull out to the side. From there, you can switch the other hand. We'll do a few repetitions before we move on into our next more advanced drill. So tuck the tail behind, head points out to the side, lateral swing or outside circle, whatever nomenclature you prefer. And I'll swing across the body a few times just to feel it. And then as the mace comes up, I'll let it come in. You can even catch the head of the mace, put it out to the side. Bring it up, catch the head of the mace, let it come inside the arm towards the elbow, and flip it over. Bring it through, just like so. The mace is just making an extra 360 by coming inside the arm. And that is all. I'll do one more rep here, pulling through and out to the side. And that's that, my friends. So now that you know the basic ghost flip, you are ready for the variations I'm about to teach. These variations are amazing because they allow you to ghost flip the mace to the side, in front of yourself like we just did, to the side of the body. And then the final one, which is my personal favorite, allows us to do a lateral ghost flip, which I love. Can't wait to show that to you at the end of this. So first things first, we have to master the ghost flip in front of ourselves. That's the easiest one, and that's kind of what we just did. Now, the drill we're going to do is going to be adding in a mill. So it's gonna be a ghost flip mill. What it looks like is this. Instead of just the lateral swing into ghost flip, we will do a mill out to the side, ghost flip, mill. So much fun, and it feels so good. It's especially challenging because we have to be controlling the mace evenly near the center point of our body as we initiate the mill. So I'm gonna break it down. Now, the mill is something that's a prerequisite. I have a recent video, I will show it on the screen right now so you can go to it if you need to, where I break it down. I'm not gonna get into the mill right here, but bottom line is we have to be able to make sure that we can go from a centered position, push the mace up, pendulum it out to the side, and swing through. So make sure that you feel very comfortable with your outside mills, and then we'll dive into this. So to do this particular drill, I'll turn away and you can practice along with me because now you know both the ghost flip and the mill. So we're gonna come into warrior stance, both hands bottom of the mace. Right hand comes into, again, that center grip, but really I'm gonna go a little higher. Again, just so I'm very comfortable here. I'm gonna grip, and then I'll take my hand off, and I'll initiate a mill. So I'm going to initiate the mill, swing out to the side, and then I'll pull out, swing through, and just like we did, I'm gonna swing up, catch the mace, pull it out to the side. And this time, instead of returning the mace out, I wanna pull it back to my center. So same thing, I'm going to mill, pull it out, scoop the mace, ghost flip, and bring it back in front of my center line. So those are our 3 steps. We have the mill, we have the scoop, and we have the ghost flip back to the center line. Mill, scoop, ghost flip. Mill, scoop, ghost flip. Mill, scoop, ghost flip. And there you are. And I'll switch sides here. So my left hand is now gonna grip in the same spot. And then you can do the same thing. So I'm gonna mill, scoop, ghost flip the mace back to the center line. Mill, scoop, ghost flip. Mill, scoop, ghost flip. Mill, scoop, ghost flip. Do 3 more. Mill, scoop, ghost flip. Mill, scoop, ghost flip. And there you are. Now, if you were struggling with this drill, I want you to slow it down into those 3 parts. And specifically, when you finish your scoop, I want you to catch the mace and flip it over back to center, and then go into your mill. Now, once you have this down, once you can do it in these 3 parts nice and slowly, the next step is that you just need to speed it up. And so specifically, I wanna speed up the part where I go from ghost flip into mill. So everything else can be slow, but I just don't wanna stop the mace here between the ghost flip and into the mill. Instead, I wanna go ghost flip back to center into the mill. That's how you're gonna master this particular drill. And then you can simply alternate to the other side, and of course, repeat the drill. And it is super, super fun. Feels like you're just kind of like wielding this amazing kind of spinning arc of, weight around you. It's awesome. So this is our first drill, the ghost flip mill. It's a fantastic one. And now we are going to move on to doing the ghost flip to the side of our body instead of just the front. Our second drill looks like this. It is a very fun little drill, and it is much more challenging than what we just did. Luckily, you got me to break it down, and we'll practice it together, so here we go. Now, first things first. We were talking before, I always need to have room between the mace head and my hand so that it can pass between the arms. So that means that in this drill, as I use battle grip, I don't want to have a low battle grip where I might be wanting to do my strikes to the side and have a lot of power in them. Instead, I want to have a pretty choked up battle grip. So I have that extra room so I can easily pull the mace between the arms. So that's the first thing I want to call out. You can practice actually along with me. We're going to do a drill right here, right now with an uppercut. And again, I'm gonna start with this higher choked up battle grip. And you can just make sure that you look like me. And so you look to the right and I should look like this. Right hand is high on the mace. I'm gonna drop the mace head back, tail comes up. I'm gonna uppercut across the body. Pull down on the tail, prayer switch the hands. You can look back at the camera just to see what this looks like. So the hands meet, palms facing towards one another. Switch the mace and uppercut across the body. And simply repeat. So prayer switch, uppercut across the body. Prayer switch, uppercut across the body. Continue like so. And this is the prerequisite to mastering the ghost flip on the side using the uppercut. We have to feel very comfortable with this move and with this prayer switch. So make it as smooth as you can and as graceful as you can. And now we're gonna go into the ghost flip now that you have some practice with that. Now the ghost flip here is going to apply the same principles as the prayer switch, in which I need to be pulling down on the tail in order to slide the hand up the mace. Now the difference here is that I need to make sure that I'm adding a little extra juice into the system. So as I complete this uppercut and I pull down, I'm gonna be sliding the hand up, pinching between thumb and forefinger. This is essential. You have to pinch very hard between thumb and forefinger, let the mace head travel inside the arms, and then catch. And so I'll do a few repetitions just so you can watch and understand. So I'll call it out. So uppercut, pull down on the tail from here. Pull down on the tail, right hand slides up, pinch the mace, drop the mace head inside the arm, away from your head. This should be towards the shoulder, not towards your head. Let it come through and reconnect at the bottom. Uppercut, pull it down, slide the hand up, pinch between thumb and forefinger, drop the mace head inside, and then up and uppercut. And continue. There you go. And this is what you'll end up with as you get it down. Again, there's a little bit more energy I'm putting into the system where I'm kind of pulling down on the tail, slide it up, and continuing that rotation. There's a little bit more rhythm to this, just in a unique way, just as there was rhythm to the ghost flip into the mill. There was a rhythm to that, there's a rhythm to this. So now you can practice with me. Again, I'm gonna face towards the side here, both hands bottom of the mace in warrior stance. I'll bring one hand up to that high battle grip. Very, very important we have a high battle grip here, choked up on the mace. Bring it to the side, towards my right side with the right hand high. Drop the mace head back, drop it down and uppercut. Pull the mace down, slide the hand up, pinch between thumb and forefinger, drop the mace head inside the forearm and the upper arm. You can even control it using the hand, and then move it around, reconnect. And then uppercut, again. Pull down on the tail, sliding the right hand up, pinch between thumb and forefinger. You can even grab the mace head if you feel uncomfortable, drop it inside the arm, and flip it over. Uppercut. Pull down on the tail, pinch between thumb and forefinger, drop the mace head in, and reconnect. And continue like so. Again, you can absolutely control the mace head with that free hand, so you can get the gist and get the trajectory down. And as you get more advanced, you'll be able to instead just trust the trajectory, again, choking up high on the mace. That's very important so that the mace head always passes easily between forearm and upper arm. And you can get this nice rhythm down. So this is the level 2 of the ghost flip, using the uppercut so we can do that ghost flip to the side of the body. So now we have done in front of the body, we've done to the side of the body, and we're about to do across the body, which is my personal favorite. And if you were enjoying this video, please share this with a friend because it helps this channel grow, it supports me, and it also introduces awesome moves to your friends. So please hit that share button, and I thank you very much. So now we are going to dive into the third variant of this ghost flip, the third drill that I want you to practice. Now, we're gonna do 2 little variants of it, just so you can really master the ghost flip across the body first, and then I'll add in a little bit of secret sauce just to make things really exciting, and that's what I'm most excited to teach today. Now, the lateral ghost flip is gonna be a very interesting one. I want to be starting off, it'll look like this is our first drill. It's gonna be a inside swing this time. So I'm pushing inside towards my center line, across the body, and then I will pull the mace back and I'll recover it either across the body like so, or in front, wherever feels natural to you. And then I can just repeat that. And so I'm just getting practice with this drill. And it looks super fun, hopefully. I know it's a lot of fun to perform. Now, there's one specific key that makes this really different than the other ghost flips. The other ghost flips, we were using the tail hand in the uppercut to create momentum, and we were using the upswing on the ghost flip from the mill in order to power it. Sorry, that was a little bit confusing. Let me rephrase that. In the first drill, we let the momentum of the mace carry itself into the ghost flip. In the second drill, we use the tail hand to push down on the mace to swing into the ghost flip. Hopefully that makes more sense. Now, right now, we are going to do something very different. We are going to actually pull the mace in. Hopefully you saw that. I know I did that a little fast. I'll slow it down a little bit. I'm actually gonna let it swing up to horizontal, arrest the momentum briefly. It'll float. The mace will float. And then I'll pull in and bring it in. And so that's the key. That's what makes this so much trickier, is that we're actually having to pull the mace in and combine it with that coordination to be able to get the correct grip and get the mace inside the forearm and the upper arm. So here is the drill. I think I just described it. Inside mill, pull through and bring it out and arrest it. And the one final key before we practice is please, 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 just pull it in towards the body. You don't have to pull it in high like this. You saw that was at head level. I don't want to do that. I always, with the mace, want to be pulling the mace back in towards my center line, towards, my midsection, my torso. It's going to be so much safer, and you're not going to need dental work. So with that, let's practice it. You can come into warrior stance, both hands bottom of the mace. Right hand comes into that kind of high center grip in this case, because we're just going to be using one hand. Bring it out to the side here, and then I'm going to do an inside swing. So I'm going to bring the mace head inside my body towards my center line, swing towards the left, and then towards the right. And you can see that the mace is behind my arm. So I'll bring it up, and then from this posture, you got to do it quickly. I'm going to swing up, let it float, and pull in and get it to swing inside my upper arm and forearm. And if you feel a little uncomfortable doing that, you can do the same trick that we've done. You just kind of reach out, pull through, and use your hand. So you're gonna reach out, pull through, and make that circle. And it's gonna happen across, like it's like a disc, and then you'll catch. And so you can definitely slow it down by gripping it with the hand. And if you're ready for that full variant, the full version here, just swing across, pull in, and catch the tail. Again, same thing. Inside swing, pull in, and catch at the tail. Inside swing, pull in, catch at the tail. Inside swing, pull in, catch at the tail. And the one key to this is that the mace is going to be coming over my forearm. So the mace head travels over the forearm. I slide that opposite hand down and catch. I'll do two more. Pull in and catch. Inside swing, ghost flip laterally and catch at the tail. One more for good measure. Inside swing, ghost flip and catch. So there you go. Now we're gonna do just a few repetitions on the other side, so you can switch so that your left hand is high on the mace in that center grip, and we'll inside swing. So swinging towards the right, tail goes behind the arm, swing up and bring it in. Inside swing, pull through. Inside swing, pull through. Inside swing, pull through. Inside swing, pull through, ghost flip, and catch the mace. Pull through and catch the mace. And hopefully you can feel that kind of pull you have to give it with that hand at center grip to get the mace to be spinning back towards you. You kind of have to almost flick the mace into the direction you want it to go. I'll do three more. 1, 2, last one, and 3. Beautiful. Now that you know that, hopefully you're feeling comfortable with it, I'm going to explore 2 other things that are just great food for thought. One of them is another drill you can practice, and it's the most advanced one. I'm super excited First thing I just want to mention real quick is that like all ghost flips, you can go both directions. And so in this one, we were bringing the mace from out to in. You also can go from in to out. And that is a really fun little trick as well. You push the tail out, controlling the mace to bring it inside between the arms, and you can kind of come out to the side like so. A lot of fun. There's so much you can explore with this. Now to wrap up this video, if you're still here, congrats, you're sticking with it and you're about to learn some pretty advanced magic here. The number one way to make any ghost flip way more interesting is with pivoting. When you pivot in your ghost flips, you open up so many more possibilities. And so that's what I'm gonna teach you right now. We're gonna use the same basic principle of the lateral swing, but this time we're gonna have a pivot. So I'll show you the drill and then I'm gonna do a practice round with you. So I'll be stepping back, down strike. So I'm using battle grip, again, slightly higher. I'm going to push down on the tail to switch the mace, swing across the body, just like we were doing the inside swing. Swing across, stand up as I do so, pull the mace in, and step back out. And that's it. There's a few complicated things that happen at once, but this is all it is. I'm gonna switch the mace so that the same side hand as the bent leg is holding the mace, swing so I don't hit the knee, stand up and pull through. And I'll do a few more repetitions so you can see what it looks like with a little bit more speed. So switch. Feels super cool and you really get that speed element. So we're gonna do a few repetitions together now. The number one thing I want you to keep in mind, because it happens quickly, is that as I'm standing in this posture, I'm gonna have that tail go behind, head points out, swing across the body, and as it passes my center line, I'm gonna stand up, pull the mace in, and step out immediately to the other side. So here we go. This will be a fun challenge for you. So you can join me here, warrior stance, both hands bottom of the mace. I'm gonna bring my right hand up into that battle grip. Because my right hand is high, left leg steps back into lateral lunge. So I did a reverse step into lateral lunge. Push down on the tail to switch the mace into one hand. Left hand grips, again, keep it a little bit higher up on the mace. Tail behind, head points straight out. Here we go, swing, stand up, pull the mace in, and step back as you ghost flip. I'll wait for you to finish the move. I know you're facing away from the camera, but you can turn around, look at me real quick. This is our starting posture. So same thing, push down with your right hand on the tail, prayer switch the mace, so you just have your right hand gripping on that high center grip. Tuck the tail behind your right arm, point the head straight out to the right, and swing. Pushing up to center, pulling the mace in to ghost flip, and left leg back. And same thing. Push down on the tail, switch. Point the head of the mace out, swing through, stand up, pull the mace in, ghost flip, and your right leg steps back. So same thing, switch. Right hand holding center grip, swing the mace, pull through in that lateral ghost flip, and step back into the lateral lunge. Same thing, switch, swing, ghost flip, and catch. Switch, swing, ghost flip, and down strike. Switch, swing, ghost flip, pivoting your feet and stepping back into that lateral lunge. And we'll do one more. So switch, swing, ghost flip, and catch. And there you go, you can finish back in your warrior stance. Exceedingly well done. If you mastered this, please comment down below because I would love to hear about your experiences of it. Very well done, my friends. Definitely let me know. I would love to hear because that was hard to do and I'm very impressed with you if you nailed it. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this with a friend so they can learn these cool moves too, and may the mace be with you.